Low appraisal got you feeling like you are behind bars and trapped? I completely understand. Whether you are the seller or the buyer, a low appraisal is never welcomed news. What do you do about it? Okay, we've got a few options. If you are the seller, you can choose to take less. If you are the buyer, you can choose to pay more, or you can work in the middle. If you feel like the appraisal is way off, then you can consider a couple of other options as well. One, you could go back to the appraisal company and say, hey, we think this is just way off base here. But I'm going to let you know, they usually don't take too kindly to that. A lot of times, the appraiser's report has already been reviewed by a more senior member of the company, and so they don't really like you telling them that they are wrong. They also don't like feeling like they are being strong-armed into agreeing to your value just to get your deal done when they don't think that the home is worth it. So another option, depending on the type of loan that the buyer is using, is to hire a new appraiser. And you have to decide who's going to pay for it. Again, buyer, seller, do we split it? And this can work sometimes when you really and truly feel like the appraiser who went out was not very aware of the comparables in the area and that particular market, and you feel like a new appraiser might have a better grasp on the values in the neighborhood. So lots of options. Also want to remind you there is an addendum that addresses appraisal issues, and a lot of agents are starting to include them in their offers. And it will say things like, we're out if it doesn't appraise, we're in no matter how low the appraisal comes, or we are in it up to a certain point, but after that, if it doesn't appraise, then we're going to want to have a little discussion. So there are lots of options, lots of possibilities depending on what you negotiated during the initial phase of negotiations. But just know it isn't always a deal killer. It can be a tricky time, but it can be worked through. So I hope this helps you understand a little bit more about how to deal with appraisal issues. And if we can help you further, please let us know. Thanks. Bye-bye.